Just checking her out for those of you that are on the line early, and there's a couple of you there. Good to have you on. I hope you can hear me. That clock is wrong, by the way. K4PEW is the frequency in use. Is the frequency in use. Nothing heard. This is K4PEW, net control for the Mount Juliet Simplex radio net. Is there any emergency or priority traffic? Nothing heard. We shall proceed. If you have an emergency, call 911, or then you can call us later and just chat if you want to while you're waiting for the ambulance. That may be broken at any time for that chat or emergencies. For information on the net, you can see us on our YouTube site, which is, you can look us up on the YouTube under the search block. You can look for Brain Trusts, or you can look it up under my call, K4PEW, and it's Brain Trusts, one word. You can also see us on our on our website, which is 146415.net. Real easy to remember. And there's also the Yahoo group, which is under Yahoo groups, MJ_SS, or you can contact me at K4PEW@ARRL.net. And as always, we conduct the net on Wednesdays and Saturday nights on 146.415 FM Simplex. We've been doing that this is net number 503, so we're doing great. And that's all. We're only doing great because we have so many nice participants. Purpose of the net is to have fun and hopefully help people enhance their shacks, enhance their antennas, enhance their radios, and improve their operating conditions, which most have on this net. They always seem to have a good time improving things and spending money mostly. Some of it's not a lot of money. Anyway, we invite everyone to use the net to announce amateur radio events and activities. We do have the Ham Quest coming up, which means no breakfast, which is in order to be a breakfast Saturday, so there's no Simplex breakfast. But the Ham Quest, there will be breakfast there. I would suggest showing up early. I will be there we've already got a table assigned to us there, so you can see me there, and hopefully somebody can relieve me so I can walk around and look at some stuff too. Also, I have this for you. You can see it on the web. There is Richard, KI4SIB, had this hat made. You can see it on the web. So everybody jump on there and look. You can look later. I'll send a picture out later. What it says, Make Simplex Great Again hat, and it says 146.415 on it. It's kind of a neat hat. I just have it out here on display for anybody who wants to tune into the Simplex net. And we're taking orders for that, by the way. I don't know how much it'll cost. We got to go to Richard, but if you give me, just tell me how many we want. I can't imagine them being more than $15, but I can't imagine. But we'll find out, and you don't have to buy it if you tell us you want one. Well, believe me, we'll sell them. We've got 70-something people on the net, so if we order some, we can always have some spare.
Comment?
Yes.
They are $15.
Ah, very good. I was pretty close, wasn't I? What a guesser. They are $15. $15. We won't talk about the tax. All righty. Let's see. What else I was going to bring up? We got that. Oh, yeah. The other things we got going on. We got the Ham Quest coming up. Hold on. Today. Saturday, we have the Ham Quest coming up. But we've also got the state convention, which is at the Huntsville event. And that is August the 17th. It's only a few weeks away. Actually, about 3. And then, of course, the Cedars of Lebanon, which is on August 24th. You don't want to miss that. And then after that, we've got, no, that's it. There's some other stuff later on in the year. But those are the big events around here. Anybody have any questions? All righty. No other announcements, clarifications? I don't think I have any other announcements other than we will be having a net Saturday night. There is tomorrow night an Aries information net on the 147.105 plus offset and the 156.7 in from the Lebanon repeater. And again, we want to thank, I know Steve, if he's out there, he'd want to thank you for their participation, for those that checked in or tried to check in on the Southern Kentucky, Northern Tennessee Simplex Net on 146.430. And that's on Tuesday nights at 7:30. All right. Any other questions or clarifications? Then we shall proceed. We're starting from the west tonight, and so please come now. West of Mount Juliet Road, please come.
KN4 TJF.
Hey, how you doing there, Rick? You doing all right?
Yes, sir, I am. A little under the weather, but I'm doing okay. I will survive. How are you tonight, Paul?
I actually got real energetic. I went out and mowed the lawn and did weed whacking and cleaned up, shoveled and swept and broomed and raked, and it looks good for at least a couple of days.
Yeah, till we get a little more rain, then you can do it again. Well, that's good, man. I'm glad you got energetic there. I know you're glad to have it over.
Yeah, did you? Are you coming to the Ham Quest on Saturday?
Why, yes, I am, sir. I will be there.
Well, good. I'm looking forward to seeing you there, among others. Good to have you in there. That was Rick. He's in Ashland City, KN4 Charlie. It is CJ. No, it's TJF. I wrote down C. How silly. It is TJF, isn't
it? It is.
Yeah, I misheard you there, and my brain corrected itself, which isn't a real common thing. It's Kilo, November 4 Tango, Juliet Foxtrot. He's over in Ashland City, and his name is Rick, and he's got a real nice station. Good signal to me. For those of you that did get on here and looked, I changed the setup so it's from the side view, and I got a huge image of the meter. Man, you can't miss it, really. In fact, I can't miss it. It feels like it's staring at me. All right, who else we got? West, please come in.
KM4 YRF.
Hey, can you see that meter?
I can. I can see it really, really well.
The thing is huge.
That's good, though. It's easy to see.
Yeah, for us oldsters that have corrective lenses. You know what I need is I need a corrective screen on my on my computer.
I hear that.
So you're going to be there Saturday as well, I take it?
Yes, I'm going to be there. Rick's going to ride with me, I think, and we'll be there with bells on.
Oh, that I got to see.
I need one of those hats, though.
Yeah, I think so. Are they going to be like little Tinkerbells?
I haven't decided yet.
All right. Very good. Yeah, be more like the Liberty Bell. It weighs about a ton. All right, very good. That's Michael, Kilo Mike 4, Yankee Romeo Foxtrot. He's always also coming to the Ham Quest. And he is in Belshire. Yeah, if you can, give us an update on Mary.
Mary is making some improvement, but she's still in the hospital, and she's probably going to have some rehab toward the end. So she said to tell everybody that she wishes everybody well and wish she could participate.
Well, we wish she could too, because without her, we also don't have her hubby.
Yeah, Marty's staying with his brother-in-law while she's in the hospital.
They live close by, do they?
Yeah, they live about 5 houses down the street.
Oh, okay, so that's good. Very good. Yep, very good. Yeah, he's kind of lost without Mary hanging out there with him.
For real.
Yeah, very good. Anyway, Michael, KM4YRF, and he's in Belshire. Good signal as always. And who else is next is West. Please come in.
Whiskey 4, Alpha Whiskey Echo.
Hey, I found somebody, you might even know him. You know a guy in, do you do any sporting events at all?
Not very, well, it's been a number of years since I have.
The reason I ask is I looked at his bio, and I've never even met the guy. It turns out he's a relative of mine. He's my great uncle's son's first son, and he does a lot of audio engineering for CBS Sports. And he has a list on his LinkedIn site that shows like 20 different rock groups and other groups that he's done audio engineering for. And right now he's been working for CBS for like 20 years.
Yeah, I've met a lot of those guys over the years because many times for big rock or country concerts, if there's not a big sporting event on a given weekend, they'll rent, from either ABC, NBC, or CBS, one of their big sports trucks and use it to shoot music.
Anyway, his last name he uses the name Willis. It's a short name for Will Lazinski, and his first name is Jay, in case you ever run into him.
Yeah, they're all really great guys, hard-working, that's a hard-working grind doing that kind of stuff, but they all love it.
Well, I would think it's very hard because it's all field work and everything isn't perfect when you get there, like walking into a studio.
Yeah, but they have a great camaraderie, all those crews, because they sort of roll in like an army platoon and set up shop, and the minute it's wrapped, they hit the bar.
Yeah, I'll bet they do. You got to meet that deadline, especially when you got sporting events that are start and stop right on the nose, you know. Well, they don't necessarily stop on the nose, but they start it right on time.
Yeah, there's nothing quite like live television, whether it's sporting events or a big award show or something. It's it's usually wild in there watching the 5 or 6 people with the director calling the shots.
So that's what I need with this really dynamic operation live as a director, huh?
Yeah, it's usually, in the old days, it was always a really hyper guy who was chain smoking cigarettes and had assistants bringing him coffee, but the equipment's gotten a lot better so they can move a little more calmly nowadays.
Well, I imagine it's a little more organized, having a lot of it software based.
Yeah, I mean, it's a giant, used to be walls of monitors. Now they're just giant, big LCD walls, literally, where you're looking at about 20 to 30 screens at a given time.
Wow. Yeah, I don't think I want to do it. You got to be on your toes. That's for sure. You can't. Let's put it this way: it's one of those deals where you can't drink and work at the same time.
Yeah, I prefer the Hollywood filmmaking approach, where you take your time shooting something, and then you spend a couple of weeks in an editing bay, finally making it all go together.
Yeah, that's why I always joke about with my wife about. I said it's got to be tough being on Broadway, having to perform exactly the way you're supposed to every time. When in fact, if you're in the movies, you can do it 30 times until you get it right, and then then you can do the next scene.
Yeah, live TV is a different animal. I mean, they don't even call it editing; it's called switching.
Well, yeah, I can't imagine really. All right, John. Anything else for the night? You coming over to Hamfest on Saturday?
Yeah, I'll roll in late. I've got a really late night Friday, but yeah, I'm excited to finally see you guys.
Well, that'd be great. Be glad to see you. Just make sure I don't know what you're looking for, if you're looking for anything over there, but hopefully there'll be a lot of stuff. There'll be good stuff for sale. All right, that's John. He's over in Bellevue, Whiskey 4 Alpha Whiskey Echo. He's kind of obviously intimate with the recording industry and the live sporting and entertainment business. Anyway, that's John. W4AWE. Who else we got, West? All right, over to the south. K4PEW at the Mount Juliet Simplex Radio Net.
Kilo Echo 4 Sierra Yankee Victor.
Are you going to raise your tower and get more power so you can check into that Bowling Green net?
I don't know, man. They couldn't hear me at all, could they?
No, I was waiting for him, and I didn't hear a response, so obviously he could not. He's not. He's got a beam pointed in this direction, but obviously he couldn't hear you. Maybe if he turned a little farther to the west, which would be to his right, he could probably pick. I bet you could pick you up.
Yeah, I had about one S unit on it. He was coming and going every now and then, so I didn't expect it too much. What time does the Ham Quest open to the general public?
8 a.m. as far as I know. You can check it on the website at Ham. Just look it up for Ham Quest, Tennessee. You'll find it. But I'm sure it's 8 o'clock.
Okay, I just didn't want to get there before breakfast.
Well, I'm going to try to be there a little earlier than 8 so I can get comfortable, I guess.
I hope to see you there, Paul. KE4S Riley.
Yeah, very good, Larry. That was Larry in Rockville, Kilo Echo 4 Sierra Yankee Victor, always with a good signal. He was making an attempt to get into that. I could hear him just fine, but Bowling Green could not hear him. Net control. And it is a little tough because he's the only one I can generally hear is net control. The rest of them, I don't know what they got, but I just can't hear him. Anyway, who else we got south? Please come in.
K4NDN.
Hey, David. You doing any good down there?
Well, I'm doing all right. I start mowing in the back, mow all the way to the front, and then turn around and start on the back again.
I know it. I have made it a ritual this year. I fertilized twice so far. In the front lawn, knows it, man. It's like it grows while I'm mowing.
Yeah, that's for sure. Well, it's been a good season for grass. That is for sure.
Oh yeah, no, it's amazing because I think it was partly because we had such a wet spring. Yeah, it was mild, but it was wet, and then top it off with all the sun and rain we've had in the last month or two, it's just been something else.
Yeah, that's for sure, Paul. I enjoy doing it, but I don't enjoy doing it as much as I have to. You know what I mean? It looks good afterwards.
Oh yeah, it looks dandy. I just, I go out there and I want to take a picture every time. It looks so pretty if I have it all trimmed up nice and looking good. But then it grows back. I got to do it all over.
That's right. Well, I know you got a lot trailing here, so I'll cut you loose and let you go. Have a good one and appreciate what you do. Back to you, sir. KI for you at the end.
Yeah, very good, David. That's Kilo India 4 November, Delta November, and he is in Reedyville. And good signal from Reedyville. Again, Kilo India 4 November, Delta November. Who else is south? Please come in. Anybody else south? Please come in.
KM4 VVA.
Hey, Dan. You were checking. Oh, yes, sir. You were checking into the net afterwards at 8:30. That's right. I was thinking you were checking into that Bowling Green net, and I was trying to figure out how that was possible.
No, I got on the net afterwards. I tried a couple times to get on there, but I have trouble picking them up.
Yeah, it'd be kind of weak to you with where you're situated with your antenna.
And I have to get unlazy, as I said, and take my mast outside and extend it.
Yeah. Hey, by the way, if you want to go to that ham thing, I've got an extra chair with wheels here for you.
Well, I was going to say what 2 reasons. Walking is not real good, and also I probably would spend too much.
Well, you get to see everybody. That's half the fun. I've been to the last 2 ham fests. I don't think I purchased anything, and I went. And one of them was down there in Huntsville, where they're selling everything.
It all depends how I feel when I get up. If I'm feeling okay, I'll head out. If not, I stay in.
Well, if you chase me down, if you come in, I do have I have a wheelchair in the trunk. I know you're having difficulty walking. That's why I'm saying that.
Okay, I'll keep that in mind.
Very good. I hope to see you there, Dan. That was Dan. Kilo Mike 4, Victor Alpha. He's having some difficulties ambulating, as they say, due to some back problems. But hopefully they'll be at the Ham Fest. And he's right here in Mount Juliet, just south of 40. Who else we got south? Please come in. Anybody else south of 40?
K4IDC, you having a slow night?
Why, do it sound slow?
No, it's only not quite 20 after. You're already moving on from south.
Yeah, that's right. Everybody's sandbagging tonight.
Maybe they're trying to figure out how to use their SDL dongle.
That's right there. Yeah, I don't know. There's no, that's all right. One way that doesn't bother me. In fact, it's great if I finish early. It's not as much to do. But yeah, how you doing, Robin?
All good. Trying to get a new computer up and going. I told you about this morning.
Yeah, the new used one.
Yeah, new to me.
Well, all computer technically, if they work, to me, it's not like a car where you got worn tires,
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Is that I'm just in fact I love that laptop that's got that 32 gig I told you about, that 32 gig of RAM. It is killer.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I bet it is. I'm looking forward to similar here.
Well, what was interesting was as I looked at that, I thought to myself, the first laptop I saw our company buy, because we had an Apple IIe, I forget what it was. We had an Apple before that for some programming stuff, and then one of the engineers got a laptop for programming, and one of the newest pieces of gear we had. This would have been about 1987 or 88 or 80. It was in that vicinity. Say 87 to 89. It was $4,500, and I bet you it isn't as good as one of those Chromebooks.
Yeah, well, that was 89. Let's see, 99, 09. That was 20 years ago.
Yeah, I know it. Well, no, 99. That's 30 years ago. 89, 99, 2009, 20. It's 30 years ago.
Oh yeah, we were both young then.
Yeah. Well, I know. Yeah, you were. You're younger than me, but no, I couldn't. At the time, I thought, I can't believe a little machine like that would cost that much money. Like I said, now your smartphone probably does more.
Yeah, probably so. All right. Well, I guess I'll see you Saturday.
You will. Hey, well, I'll talk to you about it, but there's a bike event up in Sumner the following Saturday. There's like a 25K. Well, there's a 25, 50, and 100K, which we don't want to discuss. But I thought it might be interesting.
Oh yeah, if you're up to it, go for it.
Well, it's interesting if you will go up for it.
I think I'm occupied that Saturday. I'll have to check my calendar. And physically, we'll talk about it.
All right, very good. Yeah, you got to remember, every night I spend quite a bit of time on the treadmill, or what do you call it, the rowing machine. So I'm all rowed out. All right, very good. That was Robin, Kilo 4, India Delta Charlie. He is south of me here, about 6 miles over by Percy Priest Lake, just west of 171. Who else we got south? Please come in. Anybody else south? Please come in. Wow, we got a slow night tonight, but that's all right. Who we got? Let's go to the east end, east of Mount Juliet.
WA4ZHI, India Bravo.
You come in second again, Richard.
What else is new?
I can't talk to you right now. James is on the line.
Hi, Richard. Hi, Speedy.
Yeah, well. See, I think what we got to do is you got to get some of that WD-40. You got to put it on your push to talk button.
I guess so. Hello, Speedy. I hope you're having a good night.
You can hear him, can't you, James?
Yeah, I heard him. He got on there before I did. I just talked louder.
That may be true, and I can hear you better because you are closer. That's why.
It's an unfair advantage.
So you doing all right, James?
Yeah, I'm doing pretty good. Well, as I can expect, being an old man.
Well, you're about as old as me, so I try not to think of that as being too old. I forget, what year were you born? If you want to tell me.
Say again?
I said, what if you don't want to tell me? Don't say so. I said, what year were you born?
1947, September.
Okay, so you're like 18 months older than me. So yeah, you are the older of the two, but you're still not very old. Well, no, I don't think that's very old. I used to think 70 was really old, and I don't feel that bad at 70.
Hope to make it to 80 or 85.
Well, I would like to think so, yeah. My mother made it to 90 or 91 and something, so that's, I'm hoping, and she never smoked or drank, so I'm sure that contributed to her lifelong health.
Well, I didn't smoke, and I didn't drink very much.
Well, I drank enough for both of us some time ago. I haven't done that recently. But anyway, good to have you in there. Yeah, and you sound good for being just a little bit older than me, for sure. You're doing a good job. And everyone else good in the family?
Yeah, we're doing all right.
Yeah, very good. Hope you plan on going to the Ham Fest?
No, I don't think I can make that.
All righty, then we won't look for you. I'll take some pictures though. We'll be able to see those, so you'll see what we got going. I'll take my video camera and we'll go from there. All right, James. That's James Whiskey Alpha 4 Zulu Hotel India. He is here in Mount Juliet, just east of the library, practically in the middle of town. Who else east? Please come in.
KB4 RSM.
Kilo Bravo 4 Romeo Sierra Mike, and I have forgotten your first name. If I did remember it, I forgot it.
Hey, name here is Glenn. It's my first time to check in. Basically, near 109 and 40.
Okay, very good. You're not too far away there. What kind of antenna are you using over there?
I've got a Ringo Ranger up at about probably 20 feet.
Oh, yeah. Well, it's doing a good job to me. How are you hearing other people that are, for instance, over there? Did you hear anybody in Ashland City?
Yeah, I've heard everybody so far.
Oh, outrageous. You must have a good elevation there.
Yeah, running a Yaesu FT2900 for my 2-meter FM work that I like a lot. So it's doing pretty good for me.
Yeah, it is. It's doing very well. I'll have to look and see on your elevation. Do you know what your elevation is? Above sea level?
Yeah, I think it's hold on a second. GPS has told me 700 feet.
Yeah, I thought it was a little higher because at 109 tends to be a little bit of a ridge there, a north-south ridge. And, well, it kind of blocks me from some good signals over to the like from over there to Cedars 11.
Right.
Yeah, very good, Glenn. Glad to have you on the net. How long you been a ham?
Got my license in 1986.
Oh, wow, that's quite a that's a long time ago. That's what, 33 years ago. Wow, that's great.
Yeah, I can't quite count that high.
Yeah, you don't want to count that high. That's right. I have to. It's funny how, when you're young, when you count back to something, you go, yeah, let's see, that was 5, 10, 15 years. And now you go, let's see, that's 10, 20, 30. You start using decades,
Yeah. Well, I tuned across the net last week actually about at the end of it, and looked it up online, and just thought I'd check in with you guys this week, being that it's close, and about most all I do is either Simplex stuff or some weak signal sideband. So.
Ah, very good. Well, we have a lot of people monitor this frequency locally. You probably figured that out. There's about 70 people on our mailing list for the net, and we may mail out some other stuff too. So, is your email on QRZ?
I believe it is, but I also entered it at your website.
Ah, okay. I don't think I saw that. Did you do that today?
No, I believe it was last week.
Wow, I don't know. I missed that. I'll have to take a look. And if not, I'll get back to you. How's that? I didn't see that. That's it. Normally, I get a notice about that.
Okay. Well, I think I filled it all out like I should have, but let me know.
Oh, I'll find out. Very good, Glenn. Glad to have you in there. That's a new Simplex Kilo Bravo 4 Romeo Sierra Mike over there right about at 109 and I-40. Great signal. He says he's hearing everybody so far, so he's got a good setup and a good elevation there. Who else? East, please come in.
Zero India 4 Sierra India Bravo.
There you go, Richard. I almost forgot about you. I don't know how I did that then.
I don't need it, but I'm just that forgetful, I guess, or forgettable. I'm going to see if I can remember to bring those stickers with me Saturday, and that will be something else you can put at the table.
Ah, very good. Very good. That'd be great. Yeah, we get the I monitor 146.415 stickers to go in the inside of your windows on your car if you want, or on your house if you think anybody will see it. UPS guy will be excited to see that sign.
Oh yeah, they'll love it. But anyway, thanks for what you do. I appreciate it, and having a ball doing it. And I'm hearing more people tonight than I've ever heard. In fact, he was choppy and picket fencing like crazy, but I actually heard John tonight from Bellevue.
Oh, awesome. Well, it must be good conditions then, because you haven't changed anything dramatically over there, have you?
Haven't changed anything at all. I mean, it's same antenna, radio, and all. I'm just amazed at what I'm hearing, and it must be the conditions. I don't know what else it could be. I wish I could hear Rick up in Ashland City better than I can, but he chops in and out on me periodically. But I guess it's all about conditions.
Yep. All right, very good, Richard. That's Kilo India 4 Sierra India Bravo with the biggest apartment setup we've ever heard of. He's hearing everybody except for a good copy on Rick over there in Ashland City. So he's doing great over there from his apartment building in over near Lebanon, just this side, just west of Lebanon. Who else we got east?
November 4, November Yankee Alpha. This is Dale.
Hey, Dale. You doing all right? You were doing all right on the net the other night. How's that net go? I didn't count the people coming in. Was there very many?
I didn't take a count, but actually it was a pretty good net. Seemed like there was one or two people in there I'd never heard before on it, which is great. We love it when new ones come in there and participate. But yeah, it was not as impressive as your turnout, but we're slowly going to get there.
Well, we've been doing it for 5 years, so we got a big jump start on you there.
Yeah, I'm sure that's true. But anyway, not much happening around here today. Unfortunately, I will not make it to HamQuest. Got to be out of town. Something I planned months and months and months ago, and Murphy's Law, whatever you want to call it, says that they're going to fall on the same date, so I shall be absent.
Oh yeah, I know the deal. Happens all the time. And yeah, MQuest and just having fun comes second to some other family and business things for sure. Well, very good, Dale. That was Dale. November 4, November Yankee Alpha. He's over in Lebanon. Great signal. Dale is the EC for Wilson County Emergency Management Agency. Who else we got? And of course, their net is on Tuesday. The emergency preparedness net is on Tuesday evening at 8:30 on the WLYR repeater. That's where it starts. But I sent out invitations, so everybody knows where that is. But everybody knows where it is anyway, I hope. Anyway, good to have you in there, Dale. Who else, East? I did hear Lee in there, and but hold on, Lee, and I think I heard somebody else besides. I think I heard KM4. Gosh, what's your call again there, Stan? It's the KM4H. It's Q in there too, and I forgot what the other one is.
Hotel Quebec Echo.
Echo, there's the one I was missing. Very good. How well do you copy people over to the west?
Sometimes I copy pretty well, others I don't. I usually don't hear the full up in Ashland City.
No, Ashland City be tough. Be tough because you figure you and I are about, oh gosh, I think it's 17 miles, and now we can add another 35 to that to get to Ashland City from me.
Yeah, that's a pretty good ways up there.
He's got a good elevation, but it's still got a lot of territory to cover.
Yeah, Roger. How'd you doing tonight, Paul?
I'm doing pretty good, really. Today was such a nice day to be outside mowing the lawn, and it was just it wasn't as uncomfortable as it normally is when you're out there, trimming stuff and cutting the lawn.
Yeah, I was outside doing some stuff too, and it wasn't so hot. Hope it will stay this way, but I guess it's gonna be pretty warm for him, Quest.
Well, I think it was every year it's like that on that Saturday. Hot.
Yeah, Roger that. I'll be there. I'll have a table and got some stuff I want to try to get rid of.
Oh, great. So you got to show up, everybody, because Stan's got a table there. That'd be terrific. And that was Stan, Kilo Mike 4, Hotel Quebec Echo, and he's over in Lebanon, just north of downtown. Lee, I heard you in there. Give me your first two. It's a 4. I forget the first letter. What is it?
It's Kilo 4, Sierra X-ray X-ray.
Yeah, there we go. For some reason I thought it was one letter. But you doing all right tonight, Lee?
Oh, just large and festive, so to speak. Enjoying the cool weather for a bit.
Oh yeah, it was just nice. In fact, I was so energetic. I went out and checked the oil, and it was a little low, and it just you don't even mind going out and doing stuff. It was just so comfortable outside this afternoon.
True. I was hoping to go out to the repeater and do some work out there today, but that got called off. Apparently, we're having a little issue with the tower owner.
Yeah, that's one of the dilemmas of not having, or of having a repeater on somebody else's land or tower. I've heard that complaint quite a bit over the years.
Yeah, I mean, you're kind of at their mercy, but I mean, 1,800-foot tower is 1,800-foot tower.
Yeah, we had the repeater owner down in Florida for a very nice repeater. It was on a commercial tower I think it was up at 1,150 feet. And I guess the tower manager, I guess that's what he was, and the repeater owner, I guess he could be contentious for whatever reason. I really don't know any of the story, but in fact, I'm pretty sure you may know him. I know that AF4TZ knows him. It's and November 9 Echo Echo. They got into a dispute, and he kicked him off the tower.
Yeah, I've heard that more than once, where somebody's going, "No, we have the right to be here," and the tower owner's going, "Oh, no, you don't."
Yeah, I don't even know. I don't know what the reason was. It didn't really matter to me. I mean, it was a nice repeater. When you get 1,100 feet in the state of Florida, you can get. In fact, I looked them up one time. Somebody told me about it. I looked up that repeater with the FCC, and there was a complaint filed because with a request by the FCC to lower their power because he was overpowering repeaters, 80 miles away, 90 miles away.
That would be nice, yeah. I was talking with Bob, and he's the one that called me and told me that there was an issue happening. So I'm hoping and praying he gets it fixed, and hopefully we can get the all of the AF14Z repeaters up and running. Right now, all we have is the 015 going.
Well, that's a pretty good repeater.
True, it's a very popular repeater, and it's used a lot. But we've also got a D-Star repeater, and there's 147670 out there too.
Yeah, so the only one that's still standing is the AF, the 105, huh?
Yeah, that's correct. Right now, it's just the 105. The station is putting in a new transmitter, and they've had to move things around, and lead lines have been jostled or come loose, and just little stuff like that.
Yeah, well, again, you're just the ham repeaters are just visitors there, aren't they?
Yeah, that's totally it. If the guy wants to call me something dirty, I will say thank you very much.
Yeah, you don't. Yeah, it's true though. You're at their whim, so to speak, unless you had a. I don't even know if they offer firm contracts for that kind of stuff, but it'd be nice if you did.
Yeah, well, I mean, it'd actually be nice if we could put up, a 2,000-foot ham tower and just maintain it for clubs and stuff.
See, now you're dreaming.
Well, totally. Yeah, and that'll come true once about the time I finish a fifth of vodka or something.
Yeah, that would be. No, you see, then you'd have to have all the clubs in the area participate in the funding of that, and then there'd be a giant ham war, and it would never work.
That's true. But it would be nice to dream of it.
You're right. Yeah, what we need is just a benevolent ham who's got hundreds of thousands of dollars to put up a 1,200-foot tower just for hams, and then he's nice and he treats everybody equitably to put their repeaters up there.
Yeah, that's not going to happen. You don't get hundreds of thousands of dollars by being nice.
Yeah. Anyway, I heard somebody else in there, Lee. That was Lee. Lee, where are you located? I forgot.
I'm in Hermitage, just shy of the Mount Juliet line.
Ah, very good. So that's north. Well, on which portion? Is it northwest?
I'm out by McKendree Manor.
Okay, very good. Yeah, that's kind of northwest of me anyway. All right, very good. That's Lee, Kilo 4 Sierra X-ray, and he is in Hermitage, just up there by Lebanon Road. Did I hear somebody else in there doubled with Lee a little bit?
Yeah, Harold, KD4IAM. Howdy.
Hey, Harold, I hear you heard from you on this net in ages. How you doing?
Doing good, sitting out in the truck. Hopefully, in maybe a week or 2 weeks, I'll have a radio room.
Oh, great. Oh, so you've only been when you get on the Bible net in the morning, you're always mobile then.
Yeah, affirmative. I haven't had a radio, or at least a VHF radio in the house for years, but I still got the antenna up. I just can't get to it.
Ah, I gotcha. Well, that'd be good. Well, having no radio in the house might make for better marriage life.
Well, it's, you never can tell. But hopefully in another, I'm going to say 2 weeks, I will be able to be inside the house talking on the radio.
That'd be great. What kind of radio are you looking for?
My Kenwood D710.
Oh, very good. I don't remember. D710. Which one is that? I don't remember.
It's the dual band.
That's not the. I can't even remember the one I've got. The D71. No, mine's a TM71A. That's what it is.
Well, yeah, it's similar to that, except it's got the APRS on it.
Oh, yes. I know which one you're talking about. Yeah, that's an expensive little radio.
It's been a nice little addition to the truck, but yeah, we'll probably put it in the house when Andrew moves. He bought him a house. He's moving to Clarksville.
Ah. But what's it for work, I imagine?
Yeah, he works up in Springfield. He drives an hour to work and an hour and a half to get home because of traffic.
Yeah. I don't know if you heard me the other day. I met this fellow when we were up in Long Island a couple of weeks ago. It's actually almost at the end of June we were up there, and this guy who's a friend, old friend of my wife's, he has to ride a train into Manhattan every day and ride the train out to his house every day, and it's an hour and 45 minutes each way.
Yeah, no thank you.
That's what I said. And then when I was driving in the traffic, I told my wife, I said, if I was working and somebody offered, even if I'm not working, and somebody offered me a job for $200,000 a year to live up here, I wouldn't do it.
Yeah, that kind of time is just more precious than that.
Well, it means you never on weekdays would have time with your family. That's what that means.
Right, exactly.
It'd be crazy. I mean, but he has to because he doesn't have any children at home, but he has the problem. He's about 60-ish. So it means he's just a little bit away from retirement, from a very nice retirement, and he can't afford to move because he can't quit the job.
Well, I understand. I'm kind of working in that same boat myself, but hey, we'll just hang it out, keep plugging away, and in a few more years we'll hang the single up.
You're in Nashville, but I don't remember where.
Off Harding Place.
Yeah, that's right, Harding Place. That was Harold. Kilo Delta 4 India Alpha Lima, always from the mobile as long as I've heard him on the air. So it'll be a thrill to hear him from his house. He's going to be able to move his radio back into his house and operate from on base station. And Harold, KD4 IAR, it's good to have you in there, Harold. I haven't heard John Simplex in a long time. Who else? Where was it? East or anywhere else? Late check-in.
KD4. N4 Sierra Oscar X-ray.
Oh man, we had a whole bunch in there. Let's do this. I got two. The first two I heard was Wes Kilo Echo 4 Tango Whiskey India, and he's down near Watertown. How you doing, Wes?
I'm not here a couple of people east. Lee, I think. I could hear you at all. The last person you just talked to, the KD4, she didn't.
Yeah, Harold's in a vehicle. He's mobile, and he's over there near Harding Place. So he'd be tough to listen to for you. And Lee is in Hermitage, northwest of me, up by Hermitage, McKendree Manor up there, where that large retirement center.
Well, no wonder. All right, okay. KD4,
yeah, very good, Wes. And I think I heard an unfamiliar call. Is it November 4 Sierra Oscar X-ray?
Yeah, that's affirmative. I just stumbled across your net. I'm parked here in Nashville in front of the VA hospital waiting for somebody to get off work. I just thought I'd jump in if you don't mind. N4 Sierra Oscar X-ray.
Yeah, very good. What's the first name?
Name is Gene. Golf Echo November Echo. I actually live south of Franklin. Over.
Ah, very good. No, we don't mind at all. It's a Simplex Net, and we even have a ham affiliated ARRL club. We don't have any dues. We don't really have any rules other than the ham rules. And anybody who wants to jump in and join us, we're thrilled to have you. First time you've heard us on the air was tonight?
Yeah, yes, sir. I was just kind of twiddling scanning the band to see what I could hear, and I came across your net. Over.
Yeah, very good. We've been doing this, if you can imagine, this is our 503rd net. We do them twice a week, and we've been doing it it'll be 5 years in September.
Oh, hey, yeah, that's great. That's great.
Well, you're welcome to show up anytime, Gene. We appreciate having you.
Okay, thank you. N4 SOX.
And your mobile is doing great. That was Gene, November 4 Sierra Oscar X-ray. He's normally down toward Franklin, but he's up standing by picking somebody up from the VA hospital, which would be in, I guess that's called west or kind of southwest Nashville. I was just there yesterday myself. All right, good to have you in there, Gene. And really, don't hesitate to jump in there. We love new people coming in and just to have fun, and that's what we're here for, is to have fun. It's not, you can tell it's not a very militarily run net. Who else we got? West. I heard a couple more on anywhere, but that's what I'm saying. West, any place. Late check-ins, please come in.
I'm BOQ. I never heard you call north.
I may not have. I said anywhere, but north is good. I'm sorry about that. And it's whiskey. W9BOQ. It is W, right? Yeah, that's what it is. How you doing, Dennis?
I'm doing good. I was just sweeping the floor in my shack. So the floor is clean.
How dirty can it be? You're the only one there.
Well, it's in my barn and it's surrounded by dirt and grass, so I bring plenty in here, trust me.
Yeah, I bet you do. You doing all right though with all that doctoring stuff you've been through?
I go tomorrow morning to find out my fate.
When you say fate, it sounds so final.
Well, if I need bypass surgery, I'm not looking forward to it. I can tell you that.
Well, for what it's worth, I've never had it, so I can't speak from any experience. But my brother has had 3 open heart surgeries and 1 heart transplant, and somehow he survived, and he says it wasn't that bad.
Oh my Lord. Hey, well, I'm gonna be okay. I don't have any symptoms. That's the crazy part. I can walk 2 miles and have no chest pain right now, and my legs are feeling great. You know, I had hip surgery, and my implant is finally starting to feel almost normal. But I got a suggestion for everybody. If you have a ham radio shack, try turning off all the power in your house except for your radios and watch the noise disappear. I found 4 things in my barn that were making tons of noise, and I eliminated them all.
What kind of things were they? Lighting systems or something?
One was an automatic light that comes on outside. That was interfering on 2 meters real bad. It was like S5. As soon as I unplugged it, it went down to S1. Another one was the charger cradle for my Baofeng was putting S9 on 6 meters and about S3, S4 on 10 and 20 meters.
You wouldn't have never thought that, would you?
Well, I was changing a light fixture, so I turned up all the power in my barn except for my radios, and all of a sudden, all the noise, a whole bunch of noise just completely went away.
Oh, that's awesome. You're right, though. That's everybody should be doing that if they have any problems with. Even if they don't have problems, it'd be nice to know if you did have something that was, even if it was minor.
I didn't know I had problems, and it was luckily I was on 6 meters because that's where I had all the trouble. I mean, that's where I was experimenting with the new antenna, and I shut off my power, and it went from S9 to dead quiet.
Oh, that's awesome. Now, I don't know that I noticed anything, but you heard it on your end.
Yeah. And also, I found out I have a ham that moved about a mile from me. His name is Scott. He's checked in here, and I wrote down his call sign about 30 minutes ago, and now I can't remember it.
I may have talked to him before. I'm pretty sure I have, but I don't remember his call either.
His name is Scott. He's checked into this net, but he hangs out on the 910 repeater a lot.
Yep. I'm sure I've talked to him. Well, very good. But otherwise, you're doing okay, huh?
I'm doing better than ever. It's kind of weird that I'm going in for what I am tomorrow, but I'm feeling great. And thank you for all you do, Paul. W9BOQ.
Yeah, very good, Dennis. That was Dennis, Whiskey 9, Bravo, Oscar, Quebec. He's up in Castalian Springs. Great signal. He's put together quite a little package up there with a nice tower and a nice shack, and he built a whole new shack out in the last couple of months along with the tower, and he's doing great. His antenna is the same as mine, but it's even higher than mine, so he gets out pretty good. Who else did I hear in there? Please come now. North or late check-in?
W4EBX for Romeo Victor Quebec.
All right. I also heard Brent in there. Romeo, Victor, Quebec. How you doing? Let me get Eddie there first. Eddie, you're getting all hot and bothered about showing up at the Ham Fest on Saturday. I take it.
Oh yeah, can't wait. I'll be there bright and early. And thanks for doing that tonight. Doing a good job.
Well, yeah, I guess I've been doing it. I better be doing something, right? I've been doing this is 503 of them. Well, I did 500 or so because you filled in for one or two, and I haven't heard from. Now that I think about it, I haven't heard from Kevin recently. Is he out of town?
I don't know. Maybe he'll show up at the Ham Fest.
Well, maybe he gets close enough. We can just go get him.
Yeah, that's true. Or he might be able to just walk to it.
Yeah, well, I don't think he's going to do that, but he's close. That's a little bit of a trek. But yeah, we'll have to find out. I'm going to call him, find out where the heck he is if he's listening. He's probably just being a sandbagger this week.
That he could be doing, but I don't blame him.
All right, very good. That was Eddie, Whiskey 4 Echo Bravo X-Ray. He's over in Gladeville, just east of Mount Juliet, a couple miles, and south of Fort. For those who don't know where Gladeville, I've never even been over there. I've been on that road, but I've never gone the road that far. Brent, how you doing tonight?
Hey, I'm doing great, Paul. Getting ready for Saturday. I'm taking part of my shift off Saturday so I can be there all day, and I'm looking forward to it.
Oh yeah, well, one of the nice parts about a ham fest is just seeing people. You can talk to them all year long and never see them, and so you see them at the ham fest, and you go, "Oh yeah, that's what he looks like."
Oh, yeah. Well, like I said, I kind of saved my pennies up, so I don't know what kind of play pretties I'll buy or whatever. I'm actually kind of saving towards a bigger HF rig, but that's just just something to give me a play with.
Yeah, well, yeah, they don't make you any money.
No, that's for sure.
All they do is cost money. Well, very good, Brent. You sound good. That's Kilo Echo 4. He's going to be Kilo Echo 4 Romeo Victor Quebec, and he's going to be at the Ham Fest with money. He says he's going to have money. I hope to do that too. Anybody else out there north or late checking?
WV0 and OO. Bravo Whiskey Charlie.
Yeah, hold on, Jeff. I've got Mark, Whiskey Bravo 0, November, Oscar on the line. How you doing, Mark?
Doing good, Paul. Sorry I missed your 500th. We were out of town again, but I did get to hear it on the iPad. So congratulations again. And everybody's sounding good tonight. As you said, propagation is good, and we will be at the Hamfest Saturday as well. In fact, I got a table, so I'll be hauling probably the same stuff I had last year.
Yeah, we're going to have more Simplextons with tables than all the other tables out there.
That's okay. It's it's such a good deal to get a table, and you get 2 chairs with it. So if I bring my my little cooler, we could line them up and have a party.
Yeah, no, it'll be good. It doesn't. Yeah, it's just always good. Whoever shows up is, it's great. In fact, like I said, it's that's the nice part about Hamfest is just getting to see everybody, because there's other than if you don't show up at the breakfast, but you get to see other people who check in on that who either can't come to the breakfast or it's just inconvenient for them.
Yep. All righty. Well, I will see you Saturday, and look forward to it. If I can get up that early, that's good. And Dennis, wishing him best of luck with his issue. I was kind of following that when we were down in Florida.
Yeah, I got you. And all right, very good, Mark. I'm sorry, I was distracted there for a moment. Yeah, it was good to hear you in there, Mark. By the way, I talked to that Rick today, the construction guy. I finally got a hold of him, and he looks eager to. He's going to come over and see me this week, I think. So he sounds like a good guy.
Yeah, Ben, and yeah, he is a good guy. He's kind of a kid, but he is a hard worker.
Yeah, I said Rick because his last name starts out with that.
Roger.
Yeah, very good. Yeah, he seems like a good guy. We'll see, though. I've got a couple of relatively easy projects, but they're not as easy enough for that I want to do them. Well, very good. That was Mark, Whiskey Bravo Zero, November, Oscar. He's over in Hermitage. And next up, I think we hear Jeff in there. And if I remember your call right, it's Whiskey Delta 4 Bravo Whiskey Charlie, right?
Correct.
Man, I'm almost good.
Great.
Yeah, you got a little bit of noise on that tonight. The hum when you push the talk.
Yeah, I think I have a problem with the radio. Maybe I'm going to have Dylan check the radio and give it a good going over.
Nah, just smack it a couple of times.
Yeah, or buy a new one.
There you go. That'll do it. Well, good. And I won't trouble you. We don't want to blow up what you got there. So, Jeff, it was good to have you in there. I'm glad you waited it out. That's Whiskey Delta 4 Bravo Whiskey Charlie. He's also, I believe, you're still in that apartment, aren't you, Jeff?
Not really. It's a house, but.
Oh, for some reason I thought you moved to an apartment, but I was wrong. Yeah. So, and what kind of antenna are you using over there?
The cable inside because it's a HOA paper.
Oh, that's what the issue was. It's an HOA and got to have an inside antenna, so it's I hate HOAs. All right, very good. All I have is XYL. That's what keeps me from doing stuff. Well, very good, Jeff. Good to have you in there. And he's over in Lebanon. That's Whiskey Delta 4 Bravo Whiskey Charlie. And there was another person in there? North or late chickens?
Kilo Delta 4 Zulu Golf Yankee.
Well, appreciate you hanging in there, Ed.
Yes, sir. Every time I got ready to key up, my signal wouldn't go past Interstate 40, I believe.
It might be. Well, I can hear you just fine when there's nobody else doubling with you.
Oh, yeah, we enjoy getting in here with you. I call sign Kilo Delta 4 Zulu Golf Yankee, and I'm Ed. And they live down here outside of Shelbyville, Tennessee there. But I've been noticing on the news, y'all been getting a whole lot of rain up there.
Yeah, we have had quite a bit, and it's, I tell you, it's good for the lawn mowing business.
Well, we've been getting it down here. I have a little joke on myself. I got a water gauge, a rain gauge. I got to noticing only always get 1.5 inches of rain. And I got out there looking at it the other day, and the wintertime it froze a hole in the back of it and knocked the hole out in it. So once it got to 1.5 inches, that's all it would show.
You said Mother Nature is perfect, man. It's 1.5 inches right on the money.
There you go. There you go. Good evening to you, Paul. Good evening to everyone else on the net there. Hope you have a better day tomorrow. KD4 is easy. I'll let you have it back.
I hope you're making the Ham Fest. You're going to come up?
I've sort of been pondering the idea here. They're hearing y'all saying it was this Saturday. We ain't made our mind up completely yet.
All right. Well, very good. Hope to see you. If you can't make it, we'll meet you maybe over at Huntsville.
Oh, yeah. We'll be at Huntsville for sure there. I'll let you go. Good evening to you. There's probably some more in here, and I'm pushing you 9 o'clock mark too. KD4 ZGY.
Yeah, somebody said it was going to be slow tonight, and it isn't. All right, Ed, good to have you in there. That was Ed Kilo Delta 4 Zulu Golf Yankee, and he's in Shake Rag down there by Shelbyville, one of the faraway check-ins. But he's got a nice. Are you on the beam tonight, Ed?
Yeah, I'm on the beam tonight. That flame, I can't get it to move, but I'm in your direction, so I guess that's better than nothing.
Well, you're doing better than the other Ed in Whiskey 4. I guess call right in a second. Where is he? Whiskey 4. Dang, I can't even remember his call. Yeah, Echo Bravo X-ray. Kilo 4 Echo Bravo. That's what I know. It's Whiskey 4 Echo Bravo X-ray. His rotor doesn't turn either, and he has to go look to see which way it's pointing.
Well, man, I know where I'm pointing, but I've been trying to rock it back and forth to get it to loosen up. I hadn't been able. I want to catch a good rainy, blowy, windy night in here to get it to flip, I guess. KD4 ZGY.
Yeah, boy. Yeah, problems. How high up is it?
It's about, I'd say about 50 foot, 45 to 50.
Well, that's far enough to be messing with something that high up. But all right, very good. Good to have you in there, Ed. And again, that was Kilo Delta 4 Zulu Golf Yankee Ed near Shelbyville in a town called Shake Rag. And who else? Anybody else late checking?
KD4 DEC.
Hey, appreciate you hanging in there, Earl. You doing all right?
Yeah, I'm doing pretty well. Kind of doing the old lawnmower race out here in the yard today. I hear you were doing that over there in your yard too, but I guess the old lawnmower more race participation is growing. It's just not in the same area. But anyway, yeah, I'll just get the hang of this here FM No Frills radio I got here last week. This little old Yazoo 2980R. It's a pretty neat little old radio for individuals that's on a budget like I am, just trying to upgrade a little bit. You know, it does that 80-watt output, and it's got that built-in encode, decode, what is that, CCS tone or whatever like that. So when them digital signals gets on the repeaters that they use for those fusion or other 2-meter daggone digital modes or whatever like that, you don't want to hear that there racket, you know, and just put do the old tone squelch setting on the thing inside and out, and that way it'll transmit the tone as well as it won't key up the radio if you know, you got it to where it's got to receive that rascal, you know, the tone. Most of those computers got it set up that way, but then again, on the other hand, there's some of them that don't. But anyway, I just thought I'd throw that out there about this little old rinky-dink FM 2-meter no thrills radio I've been using for about a week. Price is fairly relatively inexpensive, and it's a well-built radio. I'd recommend one for someone that's on a you know, individual that's on a budget like I am. But other than that, everything's hunky-dory. They ain't got my antenna up out of the barn to get the old swivel thing going up yet or anything like that. But, you know, it's all one step at a time. You got to eat that elephant, you know, as they say, one bite at a time. But anyway, even time out there on the net, got intentions to take it to the handfest, but I'm beeping now. I don't know what happened.
Well, I think you were timing out your radio. That's what it was doing. What have you heard from Kevin?
No, actually I hadn't. I texted him a hi a day or so ago on the old text device, but I haven't heard back from him either. From that.
He probably went off his parole rules.
Yeah, his chicken may have got away from him, and he might still be. He may have to take a daggone catch his breath before he could run after that chicken some more. It's hard telling about that rascal.
Yeah, well, let's hope he's doing all right. I haven't heard from him in a week or so, I think. All right, very good. That was Earl down in Noreen, just east of the Cedars of Lebanon. Cedars of Lebanon Park. That's Kilo Echo 4 Delta Echo Zulu, and I presume you're going to be at the HamQuest?
Yeah, I got intentions to be there and whatnot. I mean, you know, it's just hop, skip, and a jump from where I'm at out here in the old rural community. And I don't know if I'll pick up anything or not, but then again, I might pick up some good conversations and you know, get a bird's eye view on some of these voices I've been talking to on the radio. Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to be there. I got the table to tend to, so make sure to run by me if you don't see me out on the floor. Well, very good. That was Earl, Kilo Echo 4 Delta Echo Zulu. Anybody else late checking?
WE4E.
Hey, Danny, how are you?
I'm fine, Paul. How's everything over there?
Very good. Quickly said we're running a little late, but I ran into a relative who lives up in the west of New York, and I've never met him. I met his dad. I went to his dad's wedding, and he was born shortly after that, 1962, I think it was. And turns out he's an audio engineer for CBS Sports.
Really interesting. Emailing me his name or something.
name is Jay, and he's got the same last name as mine, but for simplicity, he goes by Willis, Willis.
I'll have to ask my wife. She works with some sports. Doesn't do a lot with CBS, but I probably know a bunch of people who know him.
Oh, I'm sure. He's been at it for, let's put it this way, he's on LinkedIn. If you look up Jay Willis on LinkedIn, you'll see that he shows a list. They're very just, groups he's worked with besides sports. And it's like a long list of 80s rock bands.
Okay. Well, I guess it makes you perfectly qualified to go into television sports.
Well, that's showbiz.
Yeah, I guess. My heart jumped up in my throat a little while ago. I turned the radio on, and I'm a late check-in tonight. I'm not quite a SDR donger, but I turned the radio on just right before Dennis checked in. I had to double check the radio. I thought we were on 75 meters.
Why, did the health net?
Yeah, I don't know if this was the Wednesday night Goiter net or whatever it was.
Well, sometimes it is. The average age of hams is, when you look at the statistics for my ham videos as well as the Navy videos, as well as all the videos, well, all of the stuff that's related to ham radio and those entertaining type videos that we put up, the average age is like 58 or 60.
I can absolutely believe that. It's an old man's game, that's for sure. At least characteristically speaking. Just for no other reason than they have the idle time to sit around a radio. I get to get on haphazardly at random intervals, as your log well shows.
Oh yeah, no, it's funny how I know the first ham fest I went to in Tampa was the Tampa Club, which is a big club, and they have a nice ham fest, and they've got a club house that's about a 1,500 or 2,000 square foot building, and they've got 3 or 4 towers of 100 feet on the property, and it's really quite an enterprise. But anyway, I went out there. I'd never been there before, and I showed up, and that was 15 years ago, and I was disappointed, not because of the equipment and the ham, the stuff. Everybody there was older than me.
I don't know. Maybe there should have been some small comfort in that.
Oh, I guess. But again, you're in Florida, so you're going to get even a higher average age down there.
Well, yeah, I suppose that's entirely true.
That's where I came up. That ham fest is where I came up with you may have heard me with the 3 reasons. There's only 3 reasons you go to ham fest.
No, I think I missed that memo.
Well, the number 1 reason is for the food, the exquisite cuisine that goes with ham fest. That's number 1. Number 2 is the ham fashions. The current fashion trends in ham radio, how yellow a T-shirt might be, or that kind of stuff. And number 3, of course, is the babes.
Oh well, yeah, Hamfest. I mean, geez, what chick magnets. And the food is, well, it goes without saying, really. Everybody goes to Hamfest to eat.
Well, I don't know if you like salted pretzels and hot dogs and coffee.
Oof, yeah. It reminds me of the former NASCAR track in Hickory, North Carolina. They were famous for red weenies. You go get a hot dog and put it on the bun, and the red would come off on the bun.
So is that red dye that causes cancer?
We really didn't ask. We went there. We would eat our ceremonial red weenie and get on about our day. It's one of those things that you kind of, it's like you don't ask what's in a Twinkie.
Yeah, that's right. Well, nobody asks what's in anything. We just take it for granted that it's okay, and now we find out later that it's not okay.
Yeah, well, that or you just don't want to know. You're better off. I mean, we've survived this long, I suppose.
Well, they say whatever kills you, what it doesn't kill you makes you stronger, but I'm not sure that's true. I mean, ask the people who make Roundup.
Yeah, yeah. The sales guys, when they started pitching that stuff, would tell how safe it was because they would actually pour some out and drink it.
Yeah, I don't think I'm going to be doing that.
Nope, I don't want to handle it without gloves. I mean, that was before all of that nonsense came out. none of that yard chemical, insecticide, any of that stuff. I mean, I've always got gloves and long sleeves and whatever, and it's not because the label said, and it's not because some study got published or whatever. It doesn't take a genius to figure out that you probably shouldn't spray that crap on your arms.
No, and I just actually, my wife said, that's horrible. I can't believe they sell that stuff. And the short story is, I said, look, I used to run a maintenance shop. In every shop I'm familiar with, no matter what kind of shop it is or business, if they have chemicals there, you have to have the MSDS data sheets for safety, and it's a standard sheet made by all manufacturers for all products. And you better have a book in there that says how to handle it. And if you're not handling it per the instructions, it could be very hazardous to your health.
Yep, very familiar with them. I used to be the keeper of that book. At the job I had before I moved to Tennessee, I spent about 10 years being the maintainer of the book. And we kind of did it before it was a thing, just because it's like, hey, this sheet came with it. I suppose we ought to save that, you know. But yeah, I became the keeper of the book, so I know very well. So, well, Paul, let me get back out of the way. And I know you said you were backed up and everything, and it is 10 past. So, you know, thanks for the net again. And Dennis, if you're still listening, best wishes to you. I don't mean to make fun of you. Have a little fun there, and hope everything comes out okay. And then we'll see you on the other side. So, thanks, Paul. 73 all, and WB40 back to net.
Yeah, very good. That was Danny Whiskey Echo 4 Echo, and he's up in Hendersonville. Anybody else left? Late check-ins or north or anywhere? Please come in.
AB9RKK.
Hey, Frank. How are you this evening? You got a nice. Your signal seems a little lower than average.
I'm on an HT in the first floor kitchen. And I walked in. We just got back from driving back from Illinois. Just walked in. I said, well, I wonder if the net's still going on. And I heard you talking to Earl, and I actually was getting 3 bars on Earl on an HT sitting in my kitchen. That's crazy.
Wow. Yeah, that's good. How long does it take you to get back from Illinois? How long does it take you to get back from Illinois?
It took. We were kind of in the farmland area, so it took about 7 hours. We weren't like in Chicago. We were about an hour and a half south of Chicago.
Yeah, well, that's doable in a day, obviously, but it's still not a fun trip.
No, we had to go up for a funeral. My wife's cousin passed away suddenly. She was ill, but we weren't expecting her to go, and we had to make a trip up there. So we went up there on Tuesday.
Yeah, I'm sorry to hear about that, but those things do happen, as you know, and they happen lots of times unexpectedly, or at least unexpected to you, you know. Well, anyway, that was Frank, Kilo Bravo 9, Romeo Kilo Kilo. Your money, you can't probably hear him because he's on an HT and downstairs in his house, so it's gonna be a little rough for you. That's why I told you his signal was light to me because he's usually pretty loud. He's doing fine, and even on the HT, you get to hear. I don't know if anybody could hear that, but you could hear. Who could he hear? He heard Earl down there in Noreen. So Earl, your signal's getting way good up to Northwest Wilson. Who else? Anybody else late check-in?
I heard, Frank.
Oh, good. Well, you're got to due east of him, so I guess that's pretty normal. Anybody else late check-ins? Late check-ins before we move on. All right, we're going to have to move over the lurkers, lollygaggers, sandbaggers, SDR donglers, preppers. Did I mention scanner listeners? No, I did not. And let's see, preppers and end time survivalists. Please come in. And the procrastinators have to come in after midnight sometime tomorrow. We sometimes have some of those people. Sometimes we have some early check-ins, but that's not too normal. But very good. We had it for something that seemed to start out very slow. We ended up with 26 check-ins, and which is a very average, if not a little above average number for the number of check-ins for a Wednesday evening. And I'm glad to have everybody there, and I'm glad to see there's even people some missing that normally check in, so it would even be higher. And be thinking about Mary, who's still in the hospital at KD4OEN. She's over at St. Thomas Midtown with some issues, and she's going to be there for a little while. So let's hope everything goes well there. If you're so inclined, she'd be happy to hear your prayers, or hear of your prayers, I should say. You're not praying to her. Well, any good, very good. Hope you hear everybody, see everybody on Saturday morning. I'll have a table there for the Simplextons, and there'll be other Simplextons there with tables selling stuff. And so bring money. Remember, credit cards and checks don't go very far at Hamfest. We'll catch you guys later. K4PEW closing the net.
Hey, Paul. Danny, W.